Tonight, we're hearing from Toledo residents and local lawmakers about some of the impacts of the Big Beautiful Bill, a new law signed by President Trump on the 4th of July. This law includes historic cuts to Medicaid and SNAP benefits. Dominique O'Neill joins us in studio with more. Dominique, you spoke to state leaders and you spoke to local people in the area.
That's right, Michael. I talked to some senior citizens who tell me these cuts could be devastating. Also talked to State Representative Michelle Grimm, a Democrat, and State Senator Teresa Gavrone, a Republican, hearing their takes on the law's cuts to Medicaid and SNAP. The Big Beautiful Bill. It narrowly passed Congress on July 3rd, and the president just signed into law on Friday. But what will it do? Its two biggest functions are tax cuts for Americans and funding for ICE. But to do so, the bill includes $230 billion in cuts to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, also known as SNAP, and $600 billion in cuts to Medicaid over the next 10 years, making them the deepest cuts in the program's history. State Senator Teresa Gavrone says now that the bill is signed into law, those tax cuts will help regular people keep their hard-earned money. We received a statement from State Senator Gavrone elaborating on this, which says, President Trump and Republicans in Congress are delivering on promises made. As a small business owner, I know that employees will benefit from keeping more of their hard-earned money. This bill is good for small businesses and the Ohioans they employ. However, State Representative Michelle Grimm sees few positives with the bill, saying cuts to the country's social safety net will be devastating.
So I think it's going to devastate a lot of people here in Ohio. They're anticipating about 500,000 people will have their Medicaid benefits cut from the big ugly bill. So that's going to devastate a lot of families. It's going to devastate a lot of people.
Meanwhile, I wanted to see how Toledoans are feeling about this change. While many declined to speak, I called with one man who sees it the way Representative Grimm does, wondering why Americans are losing benefits that have been offered for most of his life.
You prepaid your medical expenses, in essence, so you're entitled to them. You know, you can call it an entitlement, a gift, whatever, but it's, you know, you should have it. And a country as rich and as big as we are, people shouldn't be hungry and people shouldn't lack for medical care.
And not all of these cuts are expected to take effect immediately. For more information on other elements, including the Big Beautiful Bill, go to our website, WTOL.com. Reporting in studio, Dominique O'Neill, WTOL 11.